Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, as my mic is extremely close to my face, to the round of 16, my friends. DM, why don't you tell us a little bit about the matchup?
So we're going to be checking in with ReturN and Torch, two teams that we've seen a lot, though this week. Clow is playing. Definitely a new addition to the roster. A rather polarizing figure in ranked play. And
Who's Clow?
Clow is a ranked player, right?
Okay.
Clow is a ranked monster, and I think this is either his main account or his second account because the first one got banned.
And they're all called Clow.
They were all something like that, yeah. I mean, there was a lot of drama regarding this player, but he's actually a very decent player. And honestly, with the way that the gods have been nerfed, if they put him in the mid lane and he gets ISIS, man, it could be good.
Is he the new Toot?
No.
No.
No one will ever be the new
No one
Toot.
ever replaced the Toot?
Although I would love to see Kelly Link make a fake Toot account and play ranked all day. Just play Ymir.
Isn't that like everyone's goal in life, to make a fake Toot account and
Actually,
play
I
ranked?
think Dark Black is the new Toot.
Dark Black is the new Toot, for sure.
That's my man.
Yeah.
That's my
Now
man.
all we need is Harvest, and we'll be good to go.
Oh, Rip Harvest.
Rip, yeah. But back to our game here, guys. Torch, a team that looks like they're doing pretty well. I mean,
Yeah.
they seem to show improvement every week. They don't necessarily always make it to the round of 8, but they often do. And the ReturN, a team that's kind of up and coming, and as we know now, no Kiki Star for them this week.
Right, Kiki's going to be playing with Fat Chunk Assemble.
Fat Chunk Assemble. Is that Reason Gaming?
Adonis is like within arm's reach, dude. This is great. Wonderful day. Fat Chunk Assemble is going to be going up against Team Vengeance in the round of 16. Winner likely to go on to fight Cognitive Gaming. Our boys here, ReturN and Torch, the winner are likely to go on to fight Team Dignitas, but we shouldn't count out Netflix Gaming. They have been doing pretty well.
Yeah, a great name, too.
I like Netflix.
Netflix is such a strange name for a team.
I'm watching House right now.
Like the show with you, Lori?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Someone told me that apparently it's a play on Sherlock Holmes, and I started watching it as Holmes, House, Wilson, Watson, and it goes on. It's actually really interesting if you watch it like that.
Okay,
it's
all
much
right,
more
all right.
clever. But that's not Smite.
No, it's not Smite. It's not
Wait,
Smite.
is it Smite?
No, but this is Smite, and it looks like we are being pulled in the game here. As I see the very, very strange thing that happens on Spectator now when you get pulled in is going down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your picking and banning phase out of the round of 16. It is on the left side of your screen. ReturN, the right side is Torch, and we are getting underway. Our first band's coming through momentarily.
So yeah, we have a Famous Hate, Miss the Plane, Mr. Wiggles, Penyaba, and Clow. Actually, a very strong lineup over on the right side. We're going to see Defoe, a player that I always love to see. Awesome to the max, a very good player. Gusta, one of my least favorite people in the whole world right now after that 3v3 solo queue I accidentally queued into and got him on my team. He just wouldn't throw a Hercules bowler. No, he's actually a very good player. Pulliam, and then Davis, of course. Her first ban's going to be Scylla, surprisingly coming out from the first team considering they can go for the counter pick. But besides being banned out, I assume we're going to see a Herc within the next 2.
There goes Uller off the board. Torch now with a final ban, and yeah, you would be expecting it to be the Hercules?
Yeah, I mean, they really shouldn't give it up. He can solo, he can jungle, he can support. Hell, put him mid.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, there he goes. the champion of Rome, is that?
So who do you first pick now?
Really, at this point, if it was me,
Bots?
it would either be Bots, Apollo, or Chang'e, or Ra. I think those would be my top 4. Chang'e super powerful.
I wouldn't see Chang'e first pick.
Oh, I love her.
No, they're going to look like they are going to take
I don't like this. I liked it a couple weeks ago. She's too many counter matchups now, but we see. I mean, she can do very well. She has been doing very well recently. Hun Bots, however, super strong. Apollo, super strong.
Yeah, that's a lot of just damage that they're giving up in favor of that Aphrodite. But the only thing I would think I would have rather seen them first pick would be the Bots, just to keep that away. But see, the thing is with Aphrodite, it opens up so many junglers that normally would be way too risky to run. For example, Loki, or even the Bakasura that
Kali?
they were briefly looking at. Kali, I don't think you're going to get that lucky.
All right.
So who has missed the plane?
I don't know, man. Like this,
I've seen players miss the boat, miss the plane.
Kiki's boat. And then I have no idea. And
Okay.
then Zatman's like Jenny.
So is this like mini Pern or something?
Dude, like I don't know. What's Shing's name now?
Shing?
Shing's like Lisp something, and then Zatman is Jenny Z. I mean Jenny from the block.
I don't know, man. I don't
Damn,
know.
name change. Can we make rules about no more name changes? Makes my job hard. Agni and Neath going to be locked in. Agni had a pretty good showing last
Homie F.
Oh, okay. It's Homie Fee. That's what I've always called him. I've never heard his name said out loud, so we're going to assume it's Homie Fee. Raw going to be selected and locked in here. I like this pickup. I think he has an even matchup against Aphrodite. Good healing, good lane control. Very hard to deal with, especially, man, we talked about it before, that slow is such a nightmare.
And both of these gods very, very capable of stacking up Divine Ruin quickly.
Yeah.
So either one of them picking it up will probably mean the other one will have to. There are Thor ban coming through.
I like this. I like the Thor ban. I mean, he's probably the best jungler after bots and Hercules. So taking him away, I mean, this could be a Bastet pick here, who is still very strong. She just can't be as reckless. I think I'll dive a tower and throw cats at people and then jump away for free.
I don't know how much I would like someone to pick as a ban out Chang'e against their Aphrodite. I don't know if I like picking Bastet into a Hun bots. I mean, Fear No Evil just ruins her.
That's definitely a good
like,
point.
what's she going to do about that?
And really, I mean, Raw doesn't have that bad of a matchup. Sitting in the heal, one use of Hand of the Gods from anyone on his team, or even a Celestial Beam can clear those cats instantaneously, and the heal keeps him alive through the bleed damage. We're going to see a hover onto Mr. Sun Wukong, and locked in.
The double monkey. And on the other side, ReturN going to snap pick the Mercury and Athena. I mean, that was like instant.
It looked like he was excited that Thor was banned out. I like it.
Yeah, that's true. Mercury has a better matchup against Hunbots in that he's like, oh, you crit me after you use abilities? I crit you every time I auto attack.
Yeah, not to mention I auto attack 70 times faster than you do, and I have a really strong attack chain.
He does, yeah. He's got the much better attack chain than Hunbots. Even with the buff to Hunbots' attack chain, it's still quite a bit better.
He's inherently faster. Leveling maximum velocity gives you a 10%. That was just a Chronos lock.
Wow.
You just locked that Chronos.
So they're going to run Chronos in the mid lane, I would assume. Nah, they'll probably... What?
Well, Chronos can't fight Aphrodite, but Chronos
can he
can't
fight
Agni?
I don't know.
They must know something that we don't. Because it wasn't even
Apollo solo? No, Gus says their hunter player. Defoe, yeah. Davis is their mid laner, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It looks like
it's gonna be solo Defoe.
I mean, you can't really put Chronos in the mid lane too often. I mean, he just gets picked on.
He'll get worn out by Mercury in the mid lane with the Agni bomb set up.
Well,
this is gonna be a very hard game for Chronos, I think.
Not to mention, we have an Athena ult that's going to be able to rain down at any point, and you couple that with a character like Agni, who can dash in and stun you before you have a chance to react, that could be very dangerous. He catches him with his rewind down.
I guess the good news is that there's a lot of dot damage on ReturN between the Agni passive and kind of the damage over time Mercury's throwing in, and Aphrodite. So maybe there's some kind of like, oh, I can rewind all that damage. But, I mean, they're so incredibly bursty with the Agni Bombs, Athena Ultimate, Mercury, anything.
It's really going to come down to, can I hit my stop time? If you can hit the stop time and get a good initiation, bait out a lot of damage, rewind and get another stop time, that could be really, really strong for the team. But if Chronos gets picked on too early and doesn't quite get to that part of the game where he becomes Chronos, they're just going to have too hard of a time.
Yeah, he also has a pretty decent way to handle the Neath Ultimate in the mid lane. Which most other mid laners wouldn't.
Maybe they're going to do...
No, they're not. They're not putting Apollo into the solo lane.
I was going to say Wukong solo and then Chronos support.
Crazier things have happened.
No. I actually don't think that anything crazier than Chronos support has happened.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty true. Although, I know we did see Aurora go all the way to, Platinum with Fenrir support, so...
Speaking of which, I'm very surprised that we're not seeing that today.
It's really good.
It's so scary.
Also Nemesis support.
Yeah,
looking pretty strong.
Both high damage, good crowd control. I mean, and not to mention the sustainability between Retribution and the Seething Howl. I mean, they can keep themselves alive for a very long time.
Well, we'll be finding out very, very shortly exactly where these players are going to go with this Chronos pick, definitely the one we're keeping our eye on, guys. That's going to do it for DM and I in terms of our pregame analysis. Don't go anywhere. In just a few minutes, we'll be right back with game number 2 today, out of the round of 16, week number 5 of the Smite World Championship. It's ReturN versus Torch. We'll be right back. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. It is the round of 16. We will be watching ReturN Gaming versus Torch. And this one is looking like it's going to be a pretty solid. It's going to shake the heavens.
Can you stop?
They're going to rain.
Oh, man. Bart, why don't you tell us about these teams, where they'll be going, and who they're
I
playing
would
for.
just be thrilled, ladies and gentlemen. ReturN, wearing the blue trunks, they are the Order team fighting on the bottom side of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. It's going to be
Penyemba.
Penyemba will be matching up with Famous Hate in the dual lane as Athena and Neath in the jungle. It will be the Wiggles on Mercury. Missed the Plane will be your solo lane, Aphrodite, and the one and only Clow in the mid lane as Swagni. Over on the other team, they are Torch. They are the Chaos side of the map, wearing their red trunks, top side of your minimap, right side of your spectator UI. You're going to have Pulliam matching up with Gustav for the Sun Wukong Apollo dual lane. You have Hunbots in the jungle for Awesome to the max. Dufault does appear to be your mid.
That looks more of a mid lane build.
Yeah, mid lane. We'll call it mid lane Kronos, which leaves Davis Arc in the solo lane as Ra, where he will be building in the Warlocks, which is why we're saying that over the Lost Artifact, which seems to be more of the mid lane build. That is wow.
So
that's all I got for you. Is that's a wow.
2 more Hunters, 2 more Devs gloves right off the bat. Really showing their worth today. Remember, this costs under 1,500 gold now, which means you can just rush it. But I think it's like 1465, which means you still don't have enough for a poke.
Yeah, you get no pot, and it costs like 560 to finish it off. And that's kind of what I was trying to get into a little bit, and we have a bit more time to talk about it here in the early game of this one, is this idea that as Dufault actually solos down those mid camps, can come to lane pretty weak, and Clow is going to oblige him with a lot of damage. Is that there's a blue invade as well. Wow, the amount of action around the map here. Still secured by Torch, however. Anyway, the Devourer's Gloves, you have to go back so early to like make the rush worth it, right? At 500 gold, you get it so fast that I still think that there is a timing on another item, who knows what it is, that gets you to finish that tier 3 item like a minute after, and you get a level ahead, basically. You shove the next wave in and go back, where they've gone back super early to finish off the Dev's Gloves. There's got to be a timing that exploits it that has yet to be discovered. My guess is that still the Heartseeker Death Toll can really abuse that with the mana.
But then in the long run, you get, maybe 3 or 4 creeps lost, and you're starting to stack up that Dev's Gloves.
That's true.
I mean, it's like 50 damage on top of that 100,000 lifesteal. I mean, it's really doing the work of early game Heartseeker. I mean, it really are. Early game Heartseeker and most of early game what was Draining Blade. It's very helpful.
That's right. Yeah, you can't without being able to build in the Draining Blade and get that life steal. It's just very hard to optimize build against it.
Have you said aloha, by the way, to the Draining Blade?
The Draining Blade. The Draining Blade should have never been a thing. How about shouldn't have been buying an item that cost that little that had that much effectiveness. All that pen, attack speed, lifesteal, just whew.
It was better than Death Toll.
It was better than Aussie.
Yeah.
Like extra 500 gold or whatever, just like not worth.
It's like 775, but you're paying mostly for a passive that you never used. I mean, if you were under 25% health, you were dead. You certainly weren't auto-attacking unless you were Kali or someone, who was able to get enough auto-attacks off to really make it worth it if you're already able to fight at low health. But still, we're about 2 minutes into this game, and no one's really gotten low enough to be super threatened. We do see some rotations coming out. Junglers are already starting to rotate. You can see the sub-camp getting taken here. Red on top, Speed on the bottom are both getting contested, but nice pressure coming out from Pulliam. Going to send Famous Hate down to about 50% health.
And Dufault is getting pretty worn out here in the mid lane. He's already had to go back once. And you can see that echoed now in the level disadvantage. And those 150 damage meteors raining in from Clow just continue to chunk away Dufault. And you can see, ooh, Clow actually takes a pretty nasty tower shot there as the passive was still ticking down Dufault. But I don't know, man. This is tough stuff for this Kronos. Like, he has no chance of getting a kill onto this Agni without the Hunbot's ultimate. Luckily for them, it is being set up here pretty decent.
I would have liked to see Kronos get to the red buff before it actually was killed to get that extra experience. Hunbots could have let that go, but they killed it. And now, poor Kronos is going to sit about a level behind. We're getting some damage off here. Athena ult's going to come through. Oh, my God.
Snipe him in the face, he says. Davis Arc going to die still as Clow gets the rotation as well. Mr. Wiggle is going to secure that kill, but man, oh man. That reminds me of a play that I saw the other day from Zimstar.
Oh, poor Zim. Zhao. I love it. Let's check the replay out, guys. I mean, this is just absolutely beautiful coming out from the Ra here. Watch the position now. He's going to take some damage. He walks into the birds. The back off's about to come out as well. I mean, he takes a lot here, but then you see the Athena ult get moved in. He just stops. He's patient. Not only did that stop Aphrodite from being able to push him down, but it wasted the Athena ult. She didn't even get the rotation.
That's right, and You know, it's like you get hit by birds, and that Athena is like, or I'm sorry, the Aphrodite is instantly like, oh, I'm gonna try to kill this guy now, right? I mean, it could have. I mean, that could have just been bait straight up.
I mean, it was really. I think what it came down to is it was just a beautiful snipe. I mean, the snipe, him stopping his movement right there. If he just kept moving forward a little bit, or even if he tried to stop moving manually, he probably would have wound up in the tip of that Mercury ult. But he used the snipe. He got maybe kind of a lucky shot, but I mean, sometimes you got to give yourself enough positioning and enough time to put yourself even in a position to get lucky. And that's what happened.
Yeah, I think we can assume that he saw the Mercury coming there, and that's why he used the ultimate, just saying, hey, I'm just going to do the best I can here now, knowing that I am going to die. Probably not knowing that the Agni was rotating as well. Now he does have the ward coverage, however, as you see. To put out those wards on the right side of the map, you're going to note this Mercury rotation for now. Blue buffs being picked up now on their first respawn around the map. Mid camps were already secured as well. Taking a look at our 0 gold difference and 2,000 experience difference. Very tight game.
What I'm looking at is the double Radiant Orb coming out. We're seeing one from Defoe and one from Miss the Plane. Aphrodite going to be rushing Doom Orb.
You know, Aphrodite Doom Orb rushes, they can be really effective, but it's pretty risky. There's a really big window for her where if you die, you are in some serious trouble. And you know, it's like the same kind of thing for Kronos here. And rushing it out of the mid lane, 2 levels behind the Agni, like, what is this even going to accomplish?
I mean, once he gets the Doom Orb online, he's going to be struggling to clear creep waves the same way that he's struggling now. I mean, it's not going to help him right now. He's going to have to play safe, get that stacked up, and then hope he can get to like the 13, 14-minute mark without losing too much experience.
Ooh, the net closing around awesome to the max there. As the rotations come out from Athena and Mercury, who is there, he's going to toss out a what is that about? Furious Monkey? Is it still called Furious Monkey?
Sacred Monkey.
The Sacred Monkey he throws out there in the form of the satellite ball. And so we do have Doom Orb being finished on Aphrodite. She's going to head back. It's done on Defoe as well, so both of our timings completed. But Davis Arc has the Warlock Sash. Right? Like, I mean, that's
early, too. I mean, for
very early.
Oh, Mercury's charging an ultimate here. What are they looking for? Athena dashes in. Penyaba finds the Confound. Oh, we're going to get big CC chain, and Pulliam's going to go down.
Easy kill converted there by return. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Davis Arc sitting up 600 gold with that first blood.
Uh-oh. Oh, he missed everything there. Check it in. Awesome's in there. They're doing a lot of damage. Athena ult's going to come through, tossing
Boom shakalaka
right into it. Again, the CC chains are brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, they're making it look easy.
But what I'm saying here is, where's Defoe? Like, he has not been in any of these fights. He's finally
They're going to still try to fight this with Gusta and Defoe. Crashing in now is the Apollo. Not finding any knockups. The Agni dashes out. Going to get CC'd. Mr. Wiggles is going to fight here at 50 HP. Yeah, he's going to be told about how beautiful he is, and it's just going to blow his mind, and down he goes. But
I don't like what Defoe did there. He could have taken the Gold Fury, but he intended to help the team that didn't need help. He could have taken 1,500 gold for his team, which would have been a really good play, considering they're still, you know, maybe not super far ahead at this point. That could have been a really big swing. Has 10% health left?
I want to talk just more about Warlock Sash coming out at the same time as Dual War. This lane is over.
I mean, yeah, what can you do against that? Your Doom Orb is not going to give you all that much more in the long run. Not to mention, when you get that Warlock Sash stacked up, that's so much health.
You're beefy.
Health?
Yeah, you're beefy.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention he's raw. A character who can heal and is inherently very hard to kill as it is. Major amounts of movement speed. I mean, Miss the Plane level 10 right now could hold on, but he's 700 gold behind. How is an Aphrodite 700 gold behind with no deaths? Oh, I'm sorry. No, she has 1 death.
She has a death of the snipe to the face.
That's true. Davis is abusing that fact, too. And I mean, looking at him right now, he built level 1 beads, which means he can't be comboed down. I mean, he has space control. He has enough healing. He has enough defense. And check out his positioning right here. You very rarely see Aphrodite leaving a trade in damage with lower health than her opponent.
Davis Arc. Does he have a ward here to spot out this rotation from Mercury? He does not, although he is still shading back pretty far. Going to take some patience from Mr. Wiggles. He has good positioning now as the wave's going to come in. If he moves forward too much, he'll be spotted out by this aggressive ward here. Oh, they see him now. Davis Arc's not looking at his minimap. He's going to go for the snipe. Sir, that's going to be a death. Oh, he's going to beat out of the Mercury toss there. Smart stuff, and that's going to make everything miss. They use a lot of ultimates there, actually. The Athena and the Neath ultimate coming through.
Yeah, 2 globals and not resulting in a kill. That's just smart play. I mean, if you're able to get through World Weaver and Defender of Olympus, you know what you did was correct right there.
Yeah, I mean, all he really had to do was beads out the one Mercury CC. Aphrodite not going to have a kiss to really add anything to it. I think they actually stacked him up in that engagement. And rank 1 beads, avoiding all of those, that CC is just no good. But
we're going to dive into a tower here. Pulliam taking a lot, but he's going to be able to get up. Fear no evil doing some damage, trying to find something. No kiss available. It looks like Wiggles is going to go down here as Awesome's just trying to find a way around.
Davis, please. No, he's not going to go for the snipe. That would have been just too good. Just too good. Oh, it's actually down because he did try to clear the wave last time with it. Yeah, and their Pulliam's just like, I'm getting tower dove. Good thing I'm Sun Wukong.
Yeah, right. And all the while, you know, we go back to it. Defoe, nothing gained here. Still sitting, he's almost at 5K here, but Cloud's already at 5,100. I mean, not a huge difference in gold, but I mean, potential damage-wise, I mean, even though he has Dumor, I'd still give that to Agni.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the burst potential is just much higher. You know, Cronus really more of a god of whittling you down. Granted, it's chunks that he's taking out of you every time he hits you, but Agni really has the 100 to 0 potential in this matchup.
He's going to have to rely on rewind. It's very important at this point that he relies solely on getting that health back and baiting out as much damage as possible. If he does it too late, he's going to wind up dead. If he does it too early, he's not going to gain enough health back. He won't bait out enough attacks, and he's going to wind up dead. So, I mean, overall, not too bad so far, considering he's 0-0-1 on a character with no really strong escape. But at the same time, we haven't seen him accomplish anything with an item that's all damage.
And we're still, I mean, this is one of the closest games I've literally ever seen. 500 gold, 500 experience separating the teams to 10 minutes.
I mean, that's very small amount comparatively to what, yeah, I mean, really, it's one, it could be 1 or 2 creep waves. It's across the map, split over 5 people. I mean, that's nigh on irrelevant. Looking at the board here, Sprint's going to be finished for Famous Hate, so he's going to have that chase down potential on top of the major amounts of damage he has in his build. I mean, not only is Dev's Gloves giving him a ton, but there's a lot of damage potential to come out from Warrior Tabby as well, especially with that penetration.
So one thing we're not seeing here, and that I'm a little bit surprised, and probably should be going to have return, is these Mercury ultimates coming out of the tier 1s, especially in the duo lane. I mean, it seems like he could be picking up some free kills in the duo lane.
We keep seeing him go right and trying to get that raw. Last time we saw him dive a tower for Sun Wukong. I mean, it just doesn't seem like the team potential or the chemistry is very strong right now.
And the warding from Torch is phenomenal. Is really, I think, the story there. You know, the fact that he isn't finding those kills, and you look at the map, how much they've lit up. Oh, scratch that thought. As we do have an ultimate coming down into the mid lane. Also, the Max going to be in some trouble when the Athena lands, and that's going to be a pretty easy kill for them. He just, anytime he uses that leap, they immediately go in. Sun Wukong now going to be the one that takes some damage. He already used transformation. He's going to force out the ultimate from Pulliam, and return's perfectly happy with that. They're going to back off. They know now that with a little bit of pressure around the map, they can probably take a cold fear with that Sun Wukong ultimate down.
First, they're going to try to chase down this rod. Don't know how smart this is. You know, the beads are going to go off. They get some damage back to Penyemba. Slams a shot there into Cloud. Takes a lot as well. Aphrodite just trying to heal up. Defoe finally rotates back in. Defoe still 0-0-1 as Awesome to the Max falls martyr to that last fight. 0-2 right now. He's having a hard time. Level 10, you look across the board at Mercury, level 11, and there is not really a major gold difference. There's, I think, 6 gold between them right now.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, still 500 gold separating the teams. Experience about 1,100 now, so it's grown a bit in favor of return, but it's definitely fleeting as the rotations continue to come out. Gusta with the light blade looks like it's going to be the Dev's Glove and a chin size, very standard build currently. Awesome to the Max will be rushing into his Jotun's Wrath, no big surprise there. Pulling going for the Sovereignty over on Torch. Taking a look at returns items, looks like they will be building into early crit for Mr. Wiggles. Going to be likely the early Rage Blade for Mercury, tends to be the favorite build. Well, actually, I don't know. I guess he steroids attack speed enough that the Rage nerf doesn't hurt him too much, but I would expect that still over the Deathbringer. It's going to be a Talon Trinket into Bancroft's Talon for Cloud being rushed out. Famous Hate likely also picking up that chin size on top of her Sprint 3, the first tier 3 active on the map. I'm sorry, no, they have Beads 3 on 2 other gods on return, so a lot of active investment for return over Torch.
Well, they're going to need it so far. I mean, they've been using the beads a lot. It's been very smart. We see the sprint was definitely helpful in the last engagement. I mean, they're playing very smart so far. It's 4-3, but there is a small gold difference, and right now that's in favor of Torch. Despite the fact that they're down a kill, the farm has just been that much stronger.
Yeah, I mean, as the mid camps go down again on their 5th spawn, I want to say. Mr. Wiggles, I feel like not enough wiggling. Like, he hasn't been involved enough. For the Mercury, I'm sorry. You know, he has 3 assists and 1 kill, so he's been involved in all of their kills. But I still feel like he'd be setting up more, especially in that duel lane, man. I just want to go back to that they could really be doing a number to this Wukong, especially just keeping him unable to really do much. You've seen how effective that Athena and Mercury combination has been around the map. Oh,
speaking
he's
of
gonna
Mercury.
find it. Yeah, it's with the beads on reaction from Defoe, and those are beads rank 1 though still, and that means that they should be teeing off. We have a Aphrodite ultimate, sorry, Mercury ultimate coming out on a Clow, who actually, did he blink there? Yes, he has a tier 1 blink onto the Agni. Not going to find the stun out on the Davis Hark, however.
Not to mention, that was a Defender of Olympus wasted as well. A 4-man rotation. They're not farming. They're not finding anything. At this point, they could maybe pick up a blue buff together. You see Cloud rotating back towards the mid lane. Nothing gained there at all.
So locking in their ability items all around the board are ReturN. No more slots available. They do have the Creeping Curse, but they're only going to have the one to stop the Aphrodite heal. So, I'm sorry, the Ra heal. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know that you really necessarily want to see 2, but I'm not sure that you necessarily need to see a Shell for this team. I mean, the AoE is just really not that big for Torch, to be perfectly honest with you.
But at the same time, Shell could wind up keeping one major teammate alive. It could turn a fight. I mean, anything, in my opinion, that's going to keep a Mercury swinging is going to be a benefit.
Sure,
and,
okay.
I mean, looking at Mr. Plane, he already has Sprint. He didn't pick up Hand of the Gods. He didn't need it. So Heavenly Agility and Shell is going to make him super hard to kill. I mean, you couple that with the Kiss, plus the Kiss damage, the back-off damage, the Bird's damage, the Bird's healing, and then, of course, Undying Love. He swings onto a Mercury, lets him into the back line. It could be dangerous.
It honestly seems like one of those cases where you just kill the Aphrodite, right? Just using the Magi and a Doom Orb. Why even bother trying to kill her target? It's going to be benefiting from
Why isn't she
everything.
being camped? I don't understand. You should see a Doom Orb and think I should kill that person for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it should be easy kills, exactly. I mean, and Awesome to the Max just hasn't been there. I mean, 0-2 on Hunbots.
Which is very strange. I mean, granted, he does have an assist, but with that Jotun's Wrath online, he should really be running around the map, throwing ults out like they're going out of style.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you buy this item as your first item, is it gives you all the cooldown reduction. And to be perfectly honest with you, he should have just rushed crit if this is the way he wanted to play it, if you want to play this farm game. I mean, it should have just blown someone up in the mid game. And here, whoa, Gustin's going to be going for the Executioner over the Chin Size. Famous Hate's going to be picking up Chin Size, so feeling himself a little bit on the Apollo. Executioner is an extremely risky item to build. It requires you to hit consecutive auto attacks, which, I mean, this isn't. Well, they're not that at all. They're not auto attacks, right? They're all skill shots. Let's hold the thought as Apollo comes crashing in. Gustin not going to find anything just yet. We do have an ultimate coming in on Mr. Wiggles. In comes the Athena. Someone calling to chase him out of the fight. Shouldn't be able to do too much damage here, even with the transformation to Jingle Bang combination. But Mr. Wiggles wants to fight, and they're going to actually find the kill on the turnaround there. Boss tries to go deep, but he doesn't find anything. Oh, dashing into Penumbra. That's a lot of damage into the Confound, into the Neath ultimate. Gustin in a lot of trouble dashing out, but there's those Noxus Fumes there. The snipe from Davis Arc, though. The man is on fire.
Did he just hit 4?
He just, I mean, it wasn't pretty.
That completely turned the fight around.
Yeah, he did, because he has 8,700 player damage.
He just smacked 4 people and they're not done. Davis finds Aphrodite as the Doom Orb gets cut in half. They're rushing down towards the left side. Famous Hate forced a backflip off the stop time activation. Athena's back in town here, but a great play. Honestly, I don't understand how they possibly won that engagement. That all came down. Like, Can we run this? Everybody in chat, raise your Raw Snipes, raise your Davis Arcs as we run back into the replay.
And
look at this.
He hits 4 and clicks. I mean,
God,
there's not much to call it there. I mean, just really nice rotation, good timing on it. Rotates over, you know, and he puts out a snipe in a position where it was ReturN kind of would have had to funnel into that little corridor there to find any more damage, and that's just bad play by Miss the Plane. Just going and trying to engage the Ra that can easily burst you.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That was it. He'll never again put himself in a situation where he's going to find it that clean of a Raw Snipe. And what a time to do it. I mean, we got, this is the Smite World Championships, qualifying points to get invited to the Invitational. This is a very good time to bring out your big guns.
Chat's raising their kakas. Which I find very funny to say. However, on the left side of the map, ReturN pressuring the tier 1 over here. Pulliam sitting under about a 3rd health, so they're not going to be able to do too much contention, but look at the rotations coming out to reinforce this as Defoe and Awesome to the Max are both here. A lot of players trending towards the left side of the map at the moment. Pulliam actually going to go back, and I'm not sure if yeah, they did spot that with that ward, so they know there's no support in this lane for now. Gold Fury maybe in the works?
I mean, They could push for it, but we saw what happens if you go for it too early when you don't push enough. Missed the plane, taking some serious damage. Raw Snipe's not going to hit, but it's going to force out on Dying Love. Kiss will miss as well. Heals on top of heals here, but Cloud rotates over. Davis could be in some trouble. He's going to take 4 people plus an Ethol. Actually, that was a 5-man push onto 1 person plus a weakening curse they didn't need to use. And now here comes the counter potential. Defender of Olympus is going to be used here. They're going to try to counter. Finally, Defoe, we're seeing him in a fight, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do here. I think they're just going to have to give up the Raw on that one, but it took 5 people to bring down the Golden Raw. And with that, they're in the wrong spot. It looks like we see a rotation coming over towards the mid-camp, but this could be a Gold Fury attempt.
I don't think Torch is going to find anything off of that 5-man rotation, honestly, or the 4-man rotation plus an Ethel Smith. And just a little bit of Mercury doing the punchies. Not going to find too much damage on Awesome to the max, though. Gets him down to about half health. Unable to secure that kill. But what I don't want to point out here is I think that's maybe a little bit of a gap in Torch's kind of game plan here.
Rewind. Gonna force this out. Torch, he's near Awesome to the max. Beads was used. He is completely out of position here, but you cannot box a Mercury. It just doesn't happen. Now the damage potential's real here. He's gonna be able to move forward, but check it out. Great positioning coming out from Penyumba there to stop the push. That could have been disastrous. Still 7-6 for Torch. Overall, taking a look at the gold, 30 gold, Bart.
That's nuts, man. This game is so close, but I think Torch could have had a really big missed opportunity there. You know, when a team rotates 5 or 4 members to one side of the map, you should be taking objectives on the left.
You got to
no punish there. They're just letting him get away with that. And Raw, I mean, Davis Arc is just playing so aggressive there. I mean, he saw there was 4 people, popped beads, and went back in.
I mean, why not? I mean, look how long he delayed them for. He was fighting for, 9 to 12 seconds. That's how long it would take 4 people or even 3 people to do a Gold Fury with hand 3 active. We should have saw a push. They didn't find the opportunity. They didn't take that opportunity. And now, because of that, the teams are even again.
All squared away here in terms of gold at 20 minutes. Well, 21 minutes, I suppose. 200 gold separating teams, 1,000 experience. Dead even for all intents and purposes. Active items being finished up across the board. Defoe, I mean, hey, he actually made it out of that landing stage pretty damn good at 0-0-2. Yeah, at level 18, so shows what we know about picking Kronos in the mid lane. Granted, taking a look quickly here as this fight rages on, only 3,000 player damage, though, coming out, which is roughly what is actually less than what Pulliam on the support Wukong's done. In fact, it's the lowest in the game.
That's probably
by
less
a pretty
than
fair
Rosnuk
margin.
Did.
That's right, yeah. So, he hasn't really been a big factor in terms of damage around the map, but has got his farm and could be late game. And yeah, he got
poor Hunbots.
Melted at the Hunbots there.
I don't think he recognized that there was 3 people there, Bart. And check it out. They, the guys on ReturN instantly took the Gold Fury. They saw the opportunity. Weakening Curse going to come out here, which means Pulliam's not going to get a lot of healing back. He'll get a little bit. He's going to get some in the air. Jumping back in. Wiggles doing some damage. Forced to run away. Gusta has nowhere to go. Mercury's going to find it. 2 shots against the wall. He's going to bring him down.
Oh, the stun out on a Famous Hate's going to save Pulliam's life there. Defoe in the backline does chase down Cloud, being chased now by the rest of ReturN, and they're going to...
Check out Defoe Athena's
going to recall here as Defoe continues to run. Now going to try to turn this around onto the Neath. Did not hit, well, anything really there, and now there's an Athena to contend with. That's not going to be fun. I don't think she has distance to cover this with a dash in to confound. It's going to be right at the edge if it is. Where are you going to go, Defoe's missed the plane, now rotates over. There's the confound. There's the damage. Here's the rewind. And, yeah, he should be able to get out of this now. That's pretty funny. That's got to be very, very frustrating if you return.
I think he just hit a double stop time right there, which stopped them from their aggression. We're going to see a heal come down and heal up Defoe, but realistically, I don't know how much longer he should be hanging around. If he sticks around for too much longer, he might get picked off. He doesn't really have the mana to sustain.
But he has the greed to keep farming. That's what he does have, and Defoe will be able to go ahead and pick up a red buff on the backside here with the bots. So that doesn't give us much of a gold swing. However, our experience advantage has now climbed to a respectable 2,500 in favor of ReturN. Gold just a bit in their favor, but still fairly close as their rotations continue to come out around the map. And really, it's been a game of Torch has extremely, extremely good warding. Still, I mean, every ward on the map is basically theirs.
I'm kind of surprised to see Torch down 2 kills at this point. I mean, they have so much aggression. They had so much potential in the early game to go for kills with the CC change that they have, but they haven't been going for it. Whereas we see ReturN just properly using every part of their CC chain to get every single kill. We're seeing combos in and out of special delivery on every engagement. And it's been really strong and really just very intuitive the way they've been playing this mid-game. And now at 23 minutes, the Fire Giant becomes, I think, much more attractive I mean, they're really going to be looking for this. A good Fire Giant could really end the game at this point. And with the amount of global ults on the map right now, neither team has a great claim to it.
And you know what? Torch really needs to be getting more kills. They have ridiculous warding. The only wards on the map for about the last 3 minutes were Sentry at the Gold Fury and the Fire Giant for ReturN. And Torch hasn't really been finding much through rotation. They've been actually counter-initiating primarily in these fights, and I think that maybe a little bit of taking the aggression to Torch here could be in their favor.
All right, so right lane, we see a charge preemptive strike. We have, it looks like some blue wards should be able to spot out at least some of the rotation, but neither team really risking to go for an objective at this point. In fact, it looks like Athena's going to go back right now, but she does have Defender of Olympus attached and available. Actually, she stops the back wave, but 3v3 pressure in the mid lane. The teleport opportunity, and opportunity actually not taken.
So yeah, still more stalemate in the mid lane here, as well, Torch wants to defend their tower, and well, you know, ReturN wants to keep the pressure on and continue to farm. It seems like, and you know, that's yeah, wow, this is a tough one to call late game. It's really hard to say that any team is going to stack up well against Mercury in the late game. Period. End of story.
Chronos,
but Chronos, Apollo, bots, they got a pretty good case for being able to go toe to toe with him.
Yeah, I mean, Chronos is still one of the stronger 1v1 characters, even in the Joust ranked mode. I mean, he has the ability to box you with great damage. I mean, he's going to be building into a lot of auto attack damage. We see the Polynomicon actually just got finished. Doom Orb's online with no deaths, meaning he is max damage right now, along with the Demonic Grip. Remember, guys, Accelerate is basically a Hasten Fatalis, so he also has that available to him inherently. A lot of damage coming through. The World Weaver was charged up but not thrown. All three of Klau's bombs, though, are already shut down. But look at this pressure in the mid lane. Bart, 4 people about to push forward, and the stop time is already down.
Yeah, the tower's going to go down here. Mr. Wiggle's going to close the distance. One auto attack going to take it down. Now they get found coming out of the Napoleon. Can they burst the Summon Kong before he gets out into his ultimate? Looks like a no, but a Hunbot's ultimate used. Yes, they can, as the back off comes out just in time. I think there was still a decoy, in fact. I mean, that was literally just in time as he was going out the birds.
No, I think that was birds and maybe Weakening Curse. Stopped him from healing while the birds were ticking in the air. Remember, guys, he's CC immune when he's going yellow, but that is not immunity to debuffs.
Apollo, Gusta being dove onto the tower. He goes down to that Cloud Bomb. Mr. Wiggle's going to take it over and smash for his trouble. Doesn't matter, though. Awesome to Max, the one in some trouble as well. A Tier 1 went down just before this as well, so they take the Tier 1 mid, the Tier 1 left, and now we're threatening a Tier 2 in the left lane is ReturN, in that even game we were talking about is no longer quite so even, as they're going to go ahead and push into a Tier 2 here.
The push is going to be good. Finally, Defoe rotates. I mean, his rotations have been very weak throughout this game. 1-0-2 puts him a part of less than 50% of the kills on a character he has built full offense. Now, this looks like it's going to be a 5v2. I don't even know how they could possibly think they could pressure it, but for some reason, the boys on ReturN are all backing off.
They're going to respect that, and you know, maybe someone's really, really smart and realized that Hunbot's ultimate would have just come back up. I mean, you'd have to have some serious, you know, clock knowledge, but it had literally just came up when they decided to back
Even
there.
so, I'm very surprised to see how afraid they were, especially with Undying Love ready to go. I mean, I think they could have taken that, even gone for the double kill, but they back off completely, you know. But in their defense, we have seen a lot of teams throw a game for an objective they might not have needed too much. And in this situation, they're already in the lead.
Game 2 of the finals at our 200K then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a major throw.
Major throws.
Yeah, Zatman was going for the Gold Fury by himself, and
Jenny Z.
Yeah, from the
he changed his name and shame.
He got sent back to the block on that one.
That's 2 Spirit of the Maguses.
Huh.
So any magical protection you thought you might have, you no longer do.
I don't think that'll stack up.
It doesn't stack. It just I guess refreshes duration.
Yeah, it would refresh the duration, if anything. I don't know if they talked about this. One of them really should have a Void Stone.
Yeah, and it should definitely be Missed the Plane.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He's the one that needs to, you know, put himself in a bad situation to get damage done. Looks like Major Look's going to go off there. Awesome to the max, takes some damage. We see a Raw Beam come out. Celestial Beam's going to be used there. They do clear the creep wave, but the tower's taking some damage. It looks like we are going to get a push here. Where is the Hunbot's ult finally coming out there? Cloud gets a little bit too aggressive. Oh, he went so far. Mercury put himself in a great spot. Gusta does get picked off.
He's going to wiggle all around here, finds the crits. That's a triple kill for him now. They're going to do some damage to Defoe. Auto attack still raining through. 450 damage crits, but he gets blown up by the Chronos. All of that damage. Defoe's there trying to go toe-to-toe with the rest of ReturN. And
Nice block.
the Neath ultimate blocked up by Polium. Smart stuff. Doesn't matter though. In the meantime, Famous Hate to continue to rain in auto attacks in this tier 2 mid.
Could you hear the conversation in your head on the comms? I got a triple. Let me get the penta. You could see it. If he got the kill on the Chronos, he would have had it.
Yeah, but the Chronos damage just too much.
Bang. Chronos still has not died. 0 deaths.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, this is why you don't listen to the haters.
Yeah, right? I mean, Defoe has done a good job of maintaining, but, I mean, taking a look at the player damage here, check out Defoe. Right now, 17,000 damage.
Right, and he was at 3,000 last time I looked at it.
And even watching the team fights, it doesn't look like he's done that much. He's actually second overall, only behind Cloud right now, and Agni at over 20k, which is huge. That's Agni bombs, though.
Jeez Louise. That's all I got to say to that. I mean, that's a lot of damage to put out in a very short amount of time for him. I mean, literally did 14,000 damage in the last 2 engagements alone.
That's kind of crazy. Actually, when you think about it, that's like a serious amount of damage. But Fire Giant's still available. We're getting close to the half-an-hour mark. Seems to they've got to be getting exhausted at this point. This is where I think the mental fatigue starts to really set in. You're going engagement after engagement. You're getting aggressive. I mean, look how aggressive ReturN got there. They were diving a tier 2 tower in hopes of looking for a kill, and before they could even respond to it, Cloud was dead.
Yeah, oh, wow, yeah. He got disintegrated there by the Ra. Ra beam's hitting very hard right now. Full damage Ra build, nothing to be trifled with. Taking a look at our magical powers around the board, Aphrodite 300, Agni 366, Chronos 375, and Ra 470.
Huh.
That's a lot of damage for a Ra. But the Ratatouille is the only one with Ratatouille on the map right now, which means that he will actually start falling behind once they get finished by both Cloud and Mr. Plane, who has added a Chronos pendant and likely a Mail of Renewal coming out after this breastplate's cleaned up.
That's, well,
No, I'm sorry, no, he's going to cap CDR.
Yeah, he's going to, well...
Yeah, he's going to cap CDR.
That's going to overcap CDR. That's 50%.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's a silver...
Well, mail, but is it...
That's a silver breastplate.
That's right, that builds into the breastplate.
That's Breastplate of Valor. He's going to overcap his CDR.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay. Probably not the biggest thing in the world. He still needs a physical protection, and it gives him a tremendous amount of mana.
Oh, nice shot coming out right there. And Defoe's going to rewind to get his health back. This could play very well for them right now. I want to see what they're able to do here. They do have a small health advantage. Nothing crazy, but they have one ultimate available more right now. ReturN's getting very aggressive. Into the back line goes Wiggles, looking for something. Special delivery, not going to find anything. And Athena's ult is going to be shot and wasted. Still World Weaver available. Undying Love available. Where is Apollo? He's finally coming back from the split push that just didn't result in anything. And we're finally getting kills
starting
here.
to drop. Yeah, the Apollo ultimate comes raining in. Getting the knockup. Undying Love used in a lot of trouble now is the rest of ReturN. They're trying to disengage. Still the health advantage going the way of Torch in this fight. Just the Athena and the Neath alive. Athena getting quite low. Can they chase this down? Not sure it's even worth their time. Maybe should just fall back and try for an objective here. Oh, Defoe's going to try to go toe-to-toe now with Famous Hate, who's going to actually beads out of that Chronos stun. Torch, I'm not sure if they're trying to bait this. No, Neath has clear vision of what's going on there. So they're not going to actually find too much out of this. They're just going to clean up the wards.
They're going for it.
Oh, they're going to start this, and this is really, really dangerous for them. I'm not sure they have the damage to secure this. Plus, the Athena's still alive, and this is a pretty easy steal for her.
Looks like World Weaver will be charged, but not shot. Smart play there, because that would have been a waste. There's no way she was going to catch back up. And now Magi's blessing. Athena will move forward looking for an opportunity, but the only person with a sentry ward actually, they're going to go in here. Defoe is caught. He's going to be forced to use his Aegis.
Oh, the crit.
Oh, my. One good shot from Famous Hate, rocking that Deathbringer Rage combination.
And the Executioner.
Not to mention the amazing amount of damage coming out from Dev's Gloves and Warrior Tabby. That was one clean shot to the back. Rewind did not go off. Goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of pen coming out from the boots and Executioner after you'd hit those couple of auto attacks before that and then gets the crit on the fully penned target, it just blew up the Chronos. And he doesn't have a big health pool.
So now, ReturN is 5 kills in the lead. Overall, we're going to see a 3,800 gold difference coming out for the boys in ReturN, not to mention a 7,000 experience difference as well. But that is kind of mitigated given the fact that the only real difference at this point is a small amount between the two supports.
Yeah, it's, this game is looking like it's ReturN's game, more or less. But I'm not sure exactly how much they have to do to win it. I mean, you saw they lost that last team fight, and they still are ahead pretty well, though. I mean, they didn't drop too much because the Torch threw so much of that back. Uh-oh, in some trouble now is Davis Arc. There's an ETH ultimate coming out on him. Beads are active, and it's going to stun him out. Penumbra's going to get the confound on the back of it. There's Agni Bombs as well. Is he going to live through that? He lives. Oh, wow. Raw.
And how much was used there? I mean, we saw multiple Agni Bombs. He's out of those. World Weaver's down. Not to mention we saw some actives as well, but they're going to go for it. I don't like the fact that Wiggles pulled this. It's not only going to reduce his health, but it's going to reduce his damage. Over top, we're going to see the overhand smash come down. Back off, going to do some damage. Shell will be activated. Torch finds the steal on the Fire Giant. They're going to be able to move forward here as Wiggles comes into the back with the push from Sonic Boom, but it's not enough damage. They're going to be able to escape here. Oh, actually, Pulliam gets found. He does sacrifice for the team, but a one-person drop on the support for the gain of Fire Giant?
Definitely worth.
Yeah.
In the meantime, however, what we didn't point out is that Apollo did solo it on the Gold Fury just a moment before that.
Huh. No, I didn't even notice.
So, you know, bully for them. Tier 2 now going to be aggressed here, and there's really no way for Awesome to Max to stop this. In fact, he may pay with his life for Hubris. I'm trying to defend it.
Oh.
Cloud, that ability no longer has CC immunity, and he is going to eat a time stop.
Oh, do you see him throwing the satellite out there, looking for that aggressive, possibly even teleport? Wiggles is going to jump down there. Stop time's going to be used, whiffed, and wasted as they try to move forward. Some damage coming out, and he's going to be forced out as well. Once again, Hunbot's going back to the base. I think that's a big win. I mean, honestly, they lost the Tier 2, but gained Fire Giant, Gold Fury, and the pressure to really push this one back. I like it.
And actually, looking at the graph now, definitely not Apollo. It was the Neath that must have soloed down. Neath and Mercury, I would assume. Took it out of that fight before the Fire Giant there. So still more gold going the way of ReturN. 6,000 gold, 8,000 experience. You know, it's definitely handily in their favor. Famous Hate does have 6-slot build and has picked up his Potion of Physical Might. So, you know, there's no time like the present for ReturN to try to make a push to win this thing.
3,000 gold until full build.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a carry get a 3K pot at this stage in the game with like a Fire Giant buff?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, man, that's rough life. I mean, you just have to all in them, and even without the 3K pot, I mean, the damage he has right now is incredible. He has almost 17,000 gold, and he also...
So much net worth.
I mean, he hasn't died yet. Defoe we've seen go down once. Famous Hate is 404 right now.
Yeah, and I mean, he is way ahead of other players. 1,000 gold ahead of the next closest player. That's really, really big.
So, 36 minutes deep right now. Fire Giant buff still available on 4 members. They really need to try to make something happen here. But this is what they should be doing. Finally, Apollo is using his ultimate to its advantage, ensuring that he can continuously split push. Now, granted, that was only a tier 1, but 500 gold is definitely 500 gold better than no gold.
And the map control helps him out a little bit
definitely.
as well. We do have a Hunbot's ultimate coming out in the mid lane. It's going to be cleansed out by that Aphrodite ult, and going to the backline is Wiggles, but I'm not sure if this is really a great fight for ReturN. Torch seems to be doing quite well for themselves. Mr. Wiggles taking a lot of damage, trying to go back to his tower. Defoe going ahead and rewind off all of the damage he took. Pulliam still his decoy going deep onto the tower there, getting crit out by Mr. Wiggles. They do take the tower there, find a nice stun out on the Famous Hate, and now Torch can get that for free and walk back.
They still have Fire Giant for a little while longer. They can back here, or better, they can use the sustain from Ra and just try to push back in. Oh, that would have been a very serious teleport. No ultimates available for the guys on Torch, though. Still World Weaver and Defender of Olympus here. Huge damage. Davis gets blown up. Pulliam's forced into a bad spot. And there goes the World Weaver as well. That's a 2-person swing for free.
Yeah, ReturN flexing their muscles a little bit. Famous Hate is very, very large and fairly in charge as well, with his 6-slot red pot on top of it. And you have the Mercury. It's just a lot of physical damage coming out. And physical burst is really, really dangerous at this stage in the game. No one has damage return right now, so you know they can pretty much attack targets with impunity. You can see one auto attack there from both the Neath and the Mercury is a kill on Necrotus. It just takes one. So it's so hard to estimate the amount of physical burst that can come out, especially with the amount of pen that's out on the table as well.
So Torch had the Fire Giant. They had decent map control, but it seems the lead has returned to ReturN as they're 21-12 right now. With about a little bit over a minute out until that Fire Giant respawns, they're going to continue pushing forward. I mean, they have the Magi's Blessing available. They have a ton of healing between their characters, and they have a decent amount of tankiness to them. You see them moving forward here. Shell's going to be activated as they move even farther forward. Wiggles trying to burn this Phoenix down, and it will go down as well, so the first of the birds will drop right there at the 38-minute mark.
I think it took 5 auto attacks from the Mercury to kill the Phoenix.
Yeah, damn well close.
Jeez Louise, this guy. This guy, that's going to be a free Gold Fury as well. You can see Mercury can easily solo it, but they're going to go ahead and 5-man it just for funsies here. They'll burn it down. Pulliam, actually, you know, as you see 1,000 damage crits coming out, they're going to reset it. Pulliam showing his worth.
I mean, no real reason to die or even risk that kind of situation. It's you have an 8K gold lead. Fire Giant's about to spawn, and with him coming over, they didn't know who else could be coming around that buff. They don't have any warding up there. So, I mean, if 4 people rush forward and they took enough damage from Gold Fury, that could have been a rough bruh.
You know, I'm not sure that the Titan's Bane pickup of Famous Hate is really the best way to go here. I mean, you already have so much pen from the execution after the buff there. But let's hold that thought for now. Is Torch is going to start a Fire Giant. They're going to try to sneak this before ReturN can get there, but that's a big but because
oh no, they got it!
What?
They stole it, but they're going to lose Pulliam for it once again. We're in the same
Wiggles,
situation
please.
we see last time. Wiggles is going to jump forward here in just a second. He's looking for the Sonic Boom. He's clapping it forward. He misses it. Davis Dark trying to find some kind of damage here. Finds only the damage from Wiggle. Heavenly Agility was used there. They were able to escape. The Fire Minions are burning down the mid lane here. It's still a small win for Torch, but with 5 people up right now, I'm very surprised to see ReturN not going for something.
Yeah, it's a 5v4 plus Fire Giant buff. No tank available, but they're not going to try to push in. They're going to take the Gold Fury because, hey, if you can't get the Fire Giant 40 minutes in the game, you might as well take the Gold Fury. And their red buff.
Yeah, and the red buff. Cloud actually not in a great spot. Teleport in. Dash is going to be good there. He actually activates his beads as well, so they will be down for 90 seconds, which is a great time for Torch to push forward. I'm surprised to see... Oh my god, the damage in the back. Confound just barely missing. That could have spelt disaster. The damage from Famous Hate is just a little bit too real right now. In-hand gold for Famous Hate. What am I looking at, Bart? Oh, he's almost there. 2,400.
Yeah, it's coming. Coming down the mountain, the old 3,000 pod. If you don't know what we're talking about, it does give you a tremendous amount of physical power. 50?
25%.
25%. Okay.
Yeah, so you couple that with a 20% red buff, 20 damage coming out from the red pot on top of a Fire Giant buff, you're going to be swinging for a couple million damage.
And he's based at 250 right now, plus the pot, putting him at, what, 300? No. I'm sorry, that'll put him at 270, and then another 25% on top of that is about another 50 damage, so nothing to...
Not to mention the 50% extra crit damage coming out from
Whoa! Look at the backdoor coming out here from the double monkey. They're going to go for this tier 2, but that's going to be quickly, I guess...
Yeah, that was very quickly
stopped
deterred.
by Cloud. Wiggles! Oh, he wiggles on through there. He finds Pulliam, but he's going to go ahead and get that ultimate out. Athena ultimate used as well here, but 1 crit onto Defoe, and that's all she wrote for the Kronos. That could very well be the game. He's a lot of their damage. You're going to burn down the decoy as well. No Kronos for 70 seconds, DM. It's looking dire now for Torch on the 4v5.
Heavenly Agility popped. All 5 members of ReturN burning down the lane here. Confound's going to hit one, force out the beads from another. Davis Arc is going to go down, and poor Pulliam without his ultimate is going to be fighting himself into transformations, using them as an escape. No clear potential here. I think they can end, Bart.
Yeah, they can end it. I don't think there's any question they can end this. Without the CC from Defoe and without the burst damage from Davis Arc, all they really have is Bot's ultimate. And you can see, I mean, he can take about precisely 1 auto attack.
Looking at the player damage here, I mean, Cloud has just been insane. About 36,000 damage at this point. Absolutely incredible. And there, there's even some more gust that goes down. 2 people are in the way here. I don't even understand why they're going for this 3rd Phoenix. I would say just rush right in there, burn this thing down. Mid Phoenix does respawn. They burn that down. They're going to start going into the mid. Defender of Olympus will be used as we see the Path of Flames damage going down as well. This is what they're really looking for. Awesome to the max doesn't have enough to push down, and ReturN will drop Torch in round 2.
So ReturN gets another good showing in this week, DM. Last week looking good, this week looking better. A pretty... that was actually not a decisive victory. That was a hard-fought battle.
Very back and forth.
Going late and very even for most of the game.
All game. Very, very back and forth. I mean, taking a look at the damage here, we're going to already note that Cloud is on top. I mean, the dude put out 37K.
But Famous Hate.
You see this? Defoe did 30,000 damage.
I know. From 3,000 to 30,000 in 20 minutes, but...
No, on the dot. Did 30,000 damage.
Oh, you're surprised at all the zeros. What a player. But the real winner here, Famous Hate. 36,000 player damage. Wow, wow.
I mean, you put that on top of the fact that he did 6K structure damage. What in the world? But that's going to put ReturN into round 3, likely to fight Team Dignitas. So we don't have
17 assists on that Mercury too.
almost every kill forever. Yeah, it looks like Dignitas will be going up against ReturN in the round of 8. The Game Changers will be fighting Resist.
Yeah, Resist Gaming
has fallen.
It's a
man. 5th seed is going to fall to 12th seed. Wow. Very impressive. Those two are going to fight off. Game Changers and Resist. That'll probably be the first time that we're able to see those guys. Over on the other side of the bracket, we're going to check in. It looks like Fat Chunk Assemble has burned through Team Vengeance and will find themselves up against Cognitive Gaming. Fat Chunk Assemble is Kiki Star, Soul Shiner, and a few other very well-known ranked players that we've seen team hop in the past, and players that have all been looking for a home. They're going to assemble into Fat Chunk and go against 2nd seed Cognitive NA, and then on the final, and I think this is the match we'll be checking in with, 3rd seed Snipe Gaming going to be going up against those 5 very angry men.
Yeah, the 6th seed coming into this tournament as well. So, and that, guys, will be happening very, very shortly here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our matchup out of the round of 8. It's going to be Snipe versus the 5 angry men. Someone getting knocked out in just a few moments. So you definitely want to check that one out. 2 very, very strong North American teams doing battle here. 5 angry men, formerly Denial, Snipe, formerly Cog, actually, surprisingly enough. But
formerly a lot of things.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one a little bit later, guys. Don't go anywhere. For DM Brandon, I'm hi-rez Barton. We'll be right back with game number 3 today of the round of 8. It's Snipe versus the 5 angry men.